the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity. Text 54. The Lord continued, one who does not consider Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the living entities in general to be separate from the Supreme, and who knows Brahman actually realizes peace, others do not. Text 55. The sage Maitreya said, thus, Daksha, the head of all Prajapatis, having been nicely instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped Lord Vishnu. After worshipping him by performing the prescribed sacrificial ceremonies, Daksha separately worshipped Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Text 56. With all respect, Daksha worshipped Lord Shiva with his share of the remnants of the yajna. After finishing the ritualistic sacrificial activities, he satisfied all other demigods and the other people assembled there. Then, after finishing all these duties with the priest, he took a bath and was fully satisfied. Text 57. Thus, worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu by the ritualistic performance of sacrifice, Daksha was completely situated on the religious path. Moreover, all the demigods who had assembled at the sacrifice blessed him that he might increase his piety, and then they left. Text 58. Maitreya said, I have heard that after giving up the body she had received from Daksha, Dakshayani, his daughter, took her birth in the kingdom of the Himalayas. She was born as the daughter of Meena. I heard this from authoritative sources. Text 59. Ambika, goddesses Durga, who was known as Dakshayani Sati, again accepted Lord Shiva as her husband, just as different energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead act during the course of new creation. Text 60. Maitreya said, my dear Vidura, I heard this story of Daksha Yajna, which was devastated by Lord Shiva from Uddhava, a great devotee and a disciple of Brihaspati. Text 61. The great sage Maitreya concluded, if one hears and again narrates with faith and devotion this story of the Daksha Yajna, as it was conducted by the Supreme Personality of God at Vishnu, then certainly one is cleared of all contamination of material existence, O son of Kuru. This ends the Canto 4, Chapter 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, dear devotees.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Himanshu Prabhu, whenever you're ready, you can share verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just give me a minute, Prabhuji. I'll share my screen. Just give me a minute, Prabhuji. Is my screen visible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and all devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and happy Ekadashi to everyone. So let me invoke the prayers. Krishna Prashtaya Bhutali Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shuddhamati Pashyati Teshadrani Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Thank you, dear devotee, for joining this discussion. And thank you, Prashanti Mataji, for reading the verses today. So today we are going to discuss the last section of the chapter 7 of Canto 4, the sacrifices performed by Daksha. And yesterday, Sri Krishna Prabhu has beautifully explained the remaining prayers of the, Siddhas and other great personalities. And then Lord Vishnu started instructing Daksha. So if you look at this whole chapter, the first few verses talk about how Lord Shiva has restored, the sacrificial arena, and then also the limbs of the different demigod. And then Daksha started praying the Lord Shiva. Daksha's consciousness got revived, and then he also cried. I mean, the tears come from his eyes when he think about his daughter, Mother Sati. And then after praying to the Lord Shiva, Daksha began the sacrifice, and at that time, the Lord Vishnu appeared in the eight-handed form. And then everyone present there, like demigods, Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, started praying to the Lord. They, started glorifying the Lord Vishnu. And there are many beautiful prayers done by the different great personality, like Gandharva, Siddhas, Brahmaji, wife of Daksha. Everyone has given the glorification to the Lord. After the glorification, Lord started talking to pacified, Daksha, and, instructing Daksha. So that's where we are. And in the last two verses, if we see, like, where Lord is actually started instructing Daksha. So Lord said in text 51 and 52 that myself, means Lord Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, are all the supreme cause, all this material manifestation, because Shiva and Brahma are none other than they are a designated roles for, either for different roles, basically for creation, maintenance, and destruction. So they are the Guna Avatar. So they are doing the different, so they are the representative of the Lord Vishnu, basically. And there is no difference among us. So that's what Lord Vishnu has mentioned. As we know, in the first canto and second canto, we have heard how Lord Brahma appeared from the navel of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu as a lotus flower, and then Lord Shiva comes out of the body of the Brahmaji. And we have also heard in Bhagavad Gita 10.2 that where Lord Krishna said, Aham Adirhi Devanam. So that I am the origin, I am the source of all demigods. And also in the 10.8 in Bhagavad Gita, Lord said that everything is generated from me. Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. So everything is came from me. So here Lord Krishna is telling everything is coming from him only, and either demigod or all this material creation. Everything is his ansha. It's different energy. So we understand, like, all these are Gunavatara, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. All these are Gunavatara who are taking care of this material manifestation for different roles. So in today's topic, from 52 to 61, so the key verses here are 52, 53, and 54. So which talk about the Achinta Bheda Tattva. So how we have a similarity, oneness, and differences. So if we look at it, text 52, Lord says, one who is in, Lord Vishnu says, Shiva, Brahma, and demigod, and all living beings are not independent. They are basically, and who think it otherwise, like they are independent, they don't have a proper knowledge, basically. So all the materialistic people think like maybe every god, they are different gods, and everyone is same platform. They don't know who is the supreme god. They think everyone is on the same platform. So that's why Lord Vishnu is saying, who think they are independent, of Lord Vishnu, all these living beings, they are not in a proper knowledge. In text 53, then again Lord says, my devotee never differentiate, because the pure devotees never differentiate, because they are in the equal vision mindset. They think everyone in the same platform, spiritual platform. They think everyone is a part and parcel of the Lord. So they don't see any differences. And then in text 54, if we see, text 54, Lord says, one who does not consider Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva living entity separated from the Supreme, then they know the Lord and attain the peace. So one who doesn't consider any difference, so then they know the Brahman, basically, and they attain the peace and other do not. So if you look at the text 52, so the key word is Param Atmani. So if we talk about Param Atmani, means super soul. So super soul. So here, first we'll discuss about what is the similarity, like how we are similar as a living being, or demigod, or similar with the Lord Vishnu, and then there will be a other topic what we'll discuss, how there is a differences. So as we know that super soul exists in all the living being, and super soul, we have a Jivatma, we have a Paramatma. Jivatma means Anuatma. And we call Jivatma as a Bhakta and Paramatma as a Bhokta. So Jivatma is under the influence of the material nature, while Paramatma is controlling that. He's always remained transcendent to the material nature. So we have a proverb like man desire or living being desire and God sanction, Lord Sir, Paramatma sanction. We have an example of man propose, God dispose, where two birds are sitting in the branch of a tree, and one bird we call it as a Jivatma, another one is a Paramatma. So Paramatma is witnessing all the activities or actions of the Jivatma, where Jivatma and as we know, like size of the Jivatma is kind of a 1 by 10,000 of a tip of a hair, and then that size and Paramatma is situated within that Jivatma. So we can understand, how subtle that thing we can't beyond our imagination. And Lord Brahma also said in Brahma Samhita that Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes, supreme cause of all causes. Anandaradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karan. So Paramatma is friend of all, even though a living being is under the mode of material nature and the influence of it, and it's under the mode of ignorance, and he's degrading himself. He doesn't follow any spiritual thing, but still Paramatma is so compassionate to the living soul that he never left the Jivatma. So we know, like, we have a three different energy. First is internal energy, which is exists in our spiritual world. External energy in the material world, and then we have a Tathashta, means marginal potency, where the Jivatma reside. Correct? They belongs to the marginal potency. So if we look, super soul is friend to all. So, but we need to understand one thing as, I'm trying to purify myself here because I'm not qualified, but I'm just trying to speak what I have heard from my superiors and gurus. So if we look, we have a 24 elements, and 25th will be our Atma and then Paramatma, correct? So the real beauty resides not in the body. Real beauty resides in our soul. If soul is not in the body, then there is, nobody will appreciate the beauty of the dead matter. So, and Krishna says, this people are so influenced in the grossly material, influence of the mode of material nature, that it's very difficult to come out of that influence. And Krishna says, like, Devi hiya gunamai mam maya duratya. And whoever surrender to the Lord Krishna, then only that person can cross the nescence of the this bhavsagar of material nescence. So we need to understand, we can compare these three modes. If we look like a mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, with the three prime color, red color, green color, and blue color. So as these three prime color mix together and bring different shades of varieties, similarly these modes are such engrossed, because not single mode will reside in one person. One person will live in the morning time, maybe prominent is a mode of goodness, and other modes are not in the prominence, but all three modes act at the same time, but one might be at a prominence and another two might be, in the sleeping stage, or maybe not in a prominence stage. So as colors mix, three prime color mix together and bring different shades, similarly these modes mix together and give us the illusion. But this, even though they mix together and give the illusion, but Lord says that there is still a hope. If one surrender to him with full faith, then we can cross these modes. We can cross it most easily. And then if there is an example, I was hearing on lecture that from Maharaj, that there is a three kind of variety of grass. We have a dry grass, we have a green grass, we have a red grass. If we say dry grass, for igniting the fire in the dry grass, we just need a one matchstick away. It's just one matchstick away. And we can compare the dry grass with our mode of goodness, people who are more in goodness, prominence mode of goodness. So for them, it's just one matchstick is required to bring them to ignite the fire, to ignite the spiritual fire in them. It's just a small preaching is required. we can, bring them into the spiritual consciousness. But if we talk about, if we want to ignite the fire onto the green grass, it's difficult. One matchstick may not be sufficient. You might need 10 to 12 matchstick to ignite the fire. So that means we need little bit more preaching compared to the mode of goodness, because these green grass compared to the mode of passion, people who are in mode of passion. And if we talk about red grass, it's very difficult to ignite the fire, but not impossible. It's very difficult. For that, what we need to do, we might need more than one matchbox, maybe 5-10 matchbox to ignite the fire. So, but what Lord Krishna says, what Lord is so compassionate that there is hope for everyone here. So there is, we should not lose the hope. And we understand these material manifestations, these guna avatars, Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Mahesh, they are, taking care of each modes, passion, goodness, and ignorance, and they are taking care of their role and responsibility in this material creation. So Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport that devotees are so compassionate, that as devotees are so compassionate that they consider everyone similarly, and whoever is not following the Krishna consciousness path of spiritual path, they want to bring them to they spread the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. They want to bring them, then they connect us to the God. They connect to the God. Those materialistic people, they try to connect. And Prabhupada has given the analogy, like if a particular part of a body is diseased, the whole attention of the body goes to that part. Similarly, devotees are so compassionate that they want to bring everyone to the path of Krishna consciousness. So so here, these 4 verses in this canto, in this chapter, Lord Vishnu is saying everyone is same. Like Vishnu, everyone is a part of Vishnu, Brahma, and Mahesh are all in the same. There is no difference. Similarly, in the 10th canto, 12th canto, 10th chapter, there is a story of Markandeya Rishi. So one time Markandeya Rishi was in a deep meditation, and Lord Shiva and Parvati was passing by from there. And then Mother Parvati was feeling compassionate by seeing the deep meditation of the Markandeya Rishi, and she requested Lord Shiva, please go there and give some benediction to the Markandeya Rishi. But when Lord Shiva observed that, then he said, like, I can't give any kind of benediction, because Markandeya Rishi doesn't have any kind of material desire. He's in the elevated platform. He's in pure devotional platform. So I don't think so anything I can do. But yeah, if you're insisting me, I can go and get the association of this pure devotee. So Lord Shiva went there, and he stand in front of the Markandeya Rishi, and he was waiting patiently, because Markandeya Rishi was in deep meditation, so he did not realize that someone is standing in front of him. But so Lord Shiva was waiting patiently. So here, what we can see, because Lord Shiva is pure devotee, he's a Vaishnava, he's a pure Vaishnava, and then if we compare this situation with the Daksha situation, when first time there was sacrificial ceremony happening, Lord Shiva was under the meditation of Lord Vishnu. So, but Daksha could not understand that thing, because Daksha was in the material platform. He was puffed up, and then he felt, that disrespect from the Shiva, that Shiva did not disrespect, because he was thinking he's in a higher position. But here, Lord Shiva understand that Markandeya Rishi is a great Vaishnava, great sage, and he is meditating on a Lord Vishnu, which is the supreme for him also. So then he was waiting patiently for him to wake up, but he has a mystic power. Then he appeared in his heart. He went into his heart, and at the same time, Markandeya Rishi found Lord Shiva under his meditation, and then he opened his eyes, and he gave the obeisances. So we can understand that Lord Shiva here trying to ask him, like, what benediction I can help, assist you with. Because Lord Shiva here says the same thing, same theme is there. If I'll go here, 10th canto. So if you see here in the devotee, so Lord Shiva say, like, ask for some benediction, since among all these giver benedictions, we Brahma, Vishnu, and I are the best. And seeing us never goes in vain, because simply by seeing us, mortal achieves immortality. And they also mention these devotees do not differentiate, the pure devotee do not differentiate between the Vishnu, Brahma, and me. And they do not differentiate between themselves and other living beings. Therefore, because you are the kind of the saintly devotee, we worship you. So if someone, materialistic people, will see these 4 verses, and then the 4 verses in our current chapter, they think like, okay, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are not different. They are in the same platform. But they're not Vaishnava. What I'm trying to say, like, if they are not Vaishnava, if they are materialistic people, they will read first time. They say everyone is on the same platform. That's why, I mean, Jiva Goswami has given the theory of cause and effect. So Jiva Goswami has explained that effect, there is an effect and there is a cause. And effect is a byproduct of a cause. But effect can be byproduct of the cause, but cause cannot be similar to the effect. So we can compare cause is a Lord Vishnu and effect can be a Lord Shiva and other demigods or any living beings. So if cause is a Lord Vishnu, so it's not necessary effect can be equal to the cause. It can be subset of a cause. As we know in the mathematics, like when we solve any arithmetic equation, we say A equal to B and then definitely B equal to A. But in this case, we need to consider a set theory that A is a superset and B, C, D are all subset. There are many subsets of A. So these subset can be identical to superset, but they cannot be equal. They can be identical, but we can't say like the superset is equal to the subset. So if we say Vishnu is a superset, Lord Vishnu is superset, all demigods, all Lord Shiva and living being are a part and parcel. They can be identical. They have the quality, but they are not equal. They are not equal. They can be qualitatively same, but they cannot be equal. And also, they are not having all qualities. So if we know Lord Shiva has around 55 qualities and Lord Vishnu is 60, and then Lord Krishna has all, Venu Madhuri, Roop Madhuri, and there are 4 more additional qualities, Leela Madhuri, that others doesn't have. So what we understand, we have Lord has 2 different ansha, Swa ansha and Vibhin ansha. Swa ansha means Lord all eternal associate. Whenever Lord comes to any pastime, Lord bring all his eternal associates. And Vibhin ansha are further described, categorized into two subset, Nitya Mukta and Nitya Bhaddha. Nitya Mukta we can consider as a Narad Muni and Sukadev Goswami. So these are the Nitya Mukta, like who can, they are, pure devotee of the Lord, or any pure devotee of the Lord, who is in a transcendental platform, who is a Nitya Mukta. And the Nitya Siddha will, like all living beings, all fallen souls who are Baddha from time eternity. So we can say this analogy, like all humans, all Indians are humans, we can say. But we cannot say like all humans are Indians only, because there are many American and they're different. So that's how we can understand this Achinta Bheda Bheda Tattva. I mean, this I just want to trying to say whatever my understanding is, but please correct me if I am somewhere wrong. And Lord Krishna says, so in the Bhagavad Gita, that Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So if person after many birth, if he comes to the transcendental platform after many birth of spiritual realization, then he surrendered to me. So Lord Krishna says very clearly, he never said here, so that you surrender to Lord Shiva, you surrender to Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, or any demigod. He says, whoever are my pure devotee, they will definitely surrender to me. They know this tattva. They know that everyone is part and parcel of me, but I am the supreme. They are not at the same platform, but yeah, they are identical in terms of, because they are all spiritual energy, but they are part and parcel of me, but they are not same. So otherwise, Lord, so that's why, I mean, if someone say like, by quoting these Bhagavatam verses, that all demigods, everyone is on the same platform, even living being are on the same platform, Lord Shiva confirm, Lord Vishnu confirm. So how can we say that? So we can say like we can refer to this verse of Bhagavad Gita. If person is Mahatma, he will definitely surrender to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna himself is saying that. So, and then from text 55, if we'll go back to text 55, talk about Text 55 talk about Sage Maitreya said that thus Daksha, the head of all Prajapati, when he got the instruction from the Lord, he performed the sacrifice, and after performing the sacrifice, he basically he separately worshipped the Lord Shiva and Brahma afterwards. So Prabhupada has given a good reference here, like he's talking about the prasadam. So when we do the bhoga, so as Prabhupada did not, give any kind of separate worship, he did not set up any kind of separate worship for demigod or, but we as a devotee, because we respect Vaishnava on the same platform, so we just want to celebrate their special occasions. But there is no special worship given by the Prabhupada or our in God and Vaishnava Sampradaya. So what Prabhupada is explaining here, that prasada should be distributed to all living being and demigod based on their position. And then like in India, like there are many temples, like there is a deity of Bhagalin is worshipped with the prasada of Vishnu. And then the prasada of Jagannath temple is also offered to all the demigod. And then there is a Lord Shiva temple in Bhubaneswara where the prasada of the Lord Vishnu is offered. So basically, Vaishnava doesn't deride even an ordinary living being, including a small ant. Everyone is offered a proper respect based on their position, because Vaishnava pretty much clearly understand the position of every living being, because they are all part and parcel. There is no difference. We have an example of Jal Bharata, how careful he was while walking. Even he take care of even a small ant, that he should not kill anything. So because he's a pure Vaishnava, he understands the real position of all living beings. So that is the vision of oneness. Because that Vaishnava understand everyone is a part and parcel of the Supreme. There is no difference, and so he respect everyone. And then from text 56, now Daksha has completed the sacrifice, and then after completing the sacrifice, he took the bath with the sages, and after taking the bath, then he demigod, in text 57, demigod leave for their abode. And then text 58 and 59 talk about how Mother Sati took another birth, like, appear again, I would say, as a daughter of Himalaya, and I think Menaka, and then she got again married from the Lord Shiva afterwards. And then text 59 is talk about again, like Ambika, the goddess of Durga, who was known as Sati, again accepted Lord Shiva as her husband, just as a different energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead act during the course of a new creation. So, and then the next two verses talk about the Falashruti of this. So Maitreya Muni said, "My dear Vidura, now whoever hear and narrate this story with full of faith and conviction, and hear this pastime and relish these pastimes, all the sins of that person will be destroyed." So this is the end of the Daksha's story, like how Daksha pastime. And then in the next chapter, we'll start hearing about the story of Dhruva Maharaj. That's where we'll begin the Dhruva Maharaj story. So I will stop here. Please forgive me for any mistake, and please correct me if I did any mistake here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Himanshu Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Hare Krishna.